So this is the way, the method I use at the moment. I have this sort of nail nut, and you can see how loose that one is there. There's a spring here going into like a T-nut that's trapped in a way between these two plates, which I've tried like some aluminium glue between, but it's not been too good, and various other adhesives between these two plates. So here's a image of a pronged T-nut. The prongs have obviously been flattened down. These prongs are made to really go into wood if you want to bolt something into a piece of wood. But as you see, one problem is that if I tighten up one over on the right, say, if I tighten up this one, then it impacts on this one, and the same for the back basically. These are the two, well, this is the front one. So there's a metal plate here, then there's some acrylic sheet, about 5mm thick, maybe 6, and there's a spring. Sometimes I put a washer on there, and that's going into what term is the T-nuts. And the idea there, as I tighten this up, obviously this can turn. Say if I tighten that up, then it can compress the spring, lower this bed on this side, and obviously opposite, if I loosen this spring, well, loosen this spring should be pushing up. Now that can actually move up, it's just that the spring isn't really maybe strong enough. I do have some stronger springs, but the reason I'm wanting to change this is it's extremely awkward to get in here. Now this is when the bed's forward, but if I have the bed sort of back like this, I've got this stepper motor here almost right in the way of this nail nut, and likewise when the bed's forward it's pretty much in the way of it. So the attachments I'm trying to put on are to actually go on this sort of board. This will not be on here anymore, this adjustment thing. I haven't 100% decided I'm going to do that, but sorry, it's going out of focus. This because my hands there keeps knocking it out of focus. Oops. So this won't be on here. The spring, right, I think I might sorted out the focus, so put it on manual focus and set it. So the spring won't be on this sort of, there's a bolt there going up there. The spring will actually be behind on the plastic standoff I've got. The bolt sort of will still be there. These two sheets can be moved forward, but it's a big job because I'm going to have to take these bolts that fasten the bed on off and move them over. Same for the back, there's two on the back, two bolts, so clip the bed on there. I'll put some links about. There's a couple sort of these clips on the back. Put some links about that on the card if I remember on the video. You can see that there's a bit of a gap here because sometimes when I tighten this up, it's pushing against this top plate. The bolt actually comes through the tie nuts, I think they're called, and actually pushes against this top plate, and it separates them. And this glue stuff I used isn't all that good, I don't think. I mean, it's not too bad, but not brilliant. So I've got a piece of cork on there, thin piece of cork, cardboard sheets, heater pad, aluminium sheet to spread the heat, and the borosilicate glass. So basically the things I'm going to do is to come out here, and then I'll have a nail nut sort of here. This nail nut will be on the top, and that will turn a bolt going down to a part that's going to stick out, and that would be easier to get at. Not perfect, but I don't think there's any better method I can use. So there's a, oh, that will allow for that tie wrap that holds the, well, fastens this sort of plate onto. See the separation of the plates there, spring. I've had to allow like a gap in the part that sticks out for that tie wrap there, that holds this plate, well, or holds the linear bearing there onto the smooth rod. There's another nut. So coming up, there's super glue and baking powder on this side to try and make sure that T-nut thing doesn't move, but that's why it's got two plates. This top plate here is basically to hold, stop the T-nut pushing up basically, to a certain extent. Maybe not too successful looking at that, but I think that's basically the bolt. So I'm going to be doing all of that. Well, it's indicating here about halfway through, maybe a bit more. 2 hours 26 minutes, 40 degrees on the heat bed, 200 on the nozzle. This is printing PLA. I haven't got my main lights on here, so forgive any darkness. I wasn't even going to video this, but it's just knocking the glass on this server cabinet that I have my 3D printer in. Probably more to keep, well, fumes at bay really, this server cabinet. There's like a temperature gauge, hydrometer, I think they're known as, on the left there. That's this device here. This is a moisture absorbent device up here. You can plug it in the mains, warm it up, that dries it out, and then it's stuck up there with magnets. So this is my server cabinet. I do have 3 biggish fans on top going through some filters, carbon filter, and some like face masks that they're pretty flat, that sort of doctors, nurses, dental assistants such like would wear. So that's basically to filter it. Under here I have my ramps and power supplies, etc, etc. I do have other videos a bit about that. Over in the corner, it might be a bit dark to actually see, I do have another big sort of fan. Oh, there's my tripod there. So there's another big fan there, box carbon filters and a HEPA filter at the back. There's another fan inside, there's 2 fans in the way in there. So all that's to try and filter out any fumes. So there's the temperature hydrometer. I can't really rely too much on the hydrometer, it's been mucked about with. But it's just a guide to see if it's going to get high or low, any moisture in here. Sorry about the light there. There is a sort of security camera basically at the back there that sometimes I can remotely view this print. It's so this security camera, it's Wi-Fi, and I can view it on the phone or, well, anywhere Wi-Fi access. There's my spool up there, and you can probably just about make out an opening in the top, and that has the 3 fans up there. There's a moisture absorbent unit. Panel on there changes colour depending how damp it is. If it gets pretty damp, then I can plug it in the mains, dry it out, stick it back on. As I say, it's just stuck up there with magnets, quite a few magnets on the back end glued on. Sorry about reflections here, that's my server cabinet here. So there's my, it's like a 3D printer enclosure. I have been thinking about possibly getting some soundproofing on this. It's not too bad if you listen. But this server cabinet does, even though it's got quite a lot of like ventilation in a way, big slots up here at the bottom, elsewhere so to speak. It does keep warmth in. I have noticed the temperature gauge go up a bit, not a massive amount, just from the heat of the heat bed. Yes, this has a Elmer's glue stick on this bed. Yes, PLA, but I still put the temperature on, and I still have Elmer's glue stick on there. The fan is set to 50% for this PLA. Hopefully you can see that on this LCD 12864 here in its box, sort of adjustable box. Put a link about that here, well, and in the description. So this is one of, just a second, sorry, I've already printed 2. These are a bit shorter than this one. These are to go in the front of the bed, under the bed. At the moment I have these sort of nail nut just down here, and they're extremely awkward to get in and reach. So the idea here is to have these, well, that goes on that side, underneath the bed, be like an adjustment screw here. This biggish hole here at the back end is actually for the spring just to rest in, because these are on springs, so the spring will rest in there, and it will be bolted on the bottom plate with this going through the slot. So it'll be a, I think they call it blind rivets or something. I'll put the name down that I plan to put in here. Threaded rod coming through there, and then I'll be able to, because I plan to make this bottom plate bigger, get a new bottom plate, and then I'll have these nail nuts will be on top, and then I'll be able to get them and adjust the bed if and when I need to. That is a basic idea. Just to make it easier to adjust the bed. Not that I very often adjust the bed, I do have auto leveling on here. I use this BL Touch, but really you want the bed level anyway. Even, you know, even if you have auto leveling, try and get the bed as level as you can. But if I ever do, it's always been a nuisance to adjust these. They get really close to the like Z carriage steppers and such like, very awkward to get in, especially the back one, to reach round and adjust any adjustments on the bed. So that is a basic concept idea of putting these under the bed. That will be on that side, but you can see that that will bring this hole here like forward, and this bottom plates here will be out bigger, coming forward more, and then I can adjust it from the top basically. Okay, enough waffling there. This is a long print. This is a 4-hour print for this one. There's another one of these, there's like a left and right, they're different, and the 2 front ones left and right are different. These are the two front ones. These are a bit shorter. Those are a bit longer, the back ones. So that's a 4-hour print, just that one. These were a 3-hour print each one, so there's 6 hours of 4, and then I need another 4 for the other one. So it's quite a biggish print. 30% infill, 50% print speed, 0.4 nozzle, E3D version 6 genuine. What else can I say? 200 on the nozzle, 40 on the heat bed, Elmer's glue stick on the borosilica glass there, 50% on the fan speed after about the first couple of levels, and that's been going well. No curling, nothing. And I have printed ABS, and I don't get curling with Elmer's glue stick on this sort of borosilica glass, so long as I put Elmer's glue stick down. Right, okay.